Hello. Welcome back to Madmen On Air with none of the people that are usually on here. It's all the freshmen this time. None of the old guard, just the new ones. So I'm Trace, and
I'm Mo.
Yeah,
I'm TJ.
that's TJ. And we're gonna talk about some stuff for an hour. TJ, you said you had a segment.
Oh, we're going right into the segment?
Might as
Straight
well.
to it.
All right. Well, I thought of this walking here because I am an improv boy, and things come to my brain. So I thought of our names,
Yeah.
Trace, TJ, and Mo.
Yeah.
And I noticed a pattern. The double T and the Mo. What does that make? Mott's apple juice? Apple juice. What can we do with that, guys? Let's create this segment together.
How about
Mott's
apple
for
juice?
tots.
Mott's for tots.
Maybe not for tots, but just Mott's.
So
Just
is the
Mott's.
goal of this segment just to talk about apple juice?
It can go anywhere you want it to.
Okay. All right.
I like apple juice.
I thoroughly enjoy apple juice.
I'm all
I
for
feel
apple
like it's
juice.
one of the finest of the juices.
I certainly the most mass consumed of the juices.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
I think orange juice is pretty up there as well. In like TV for breakfast, everyone has
okay.
orange juice.
Okay,
Yeah, but orange juice isn't as readily available in like carton boxes for kids.
that's true. Maybe you're biased
yeah.
being a Floridian.
Yeah, that might
For
be it.
life.
Ooh.
I see it everywhere. It
Yeah.
haunts me.
Yeah.
Orange juice.
Yeah. I grew up in Citrus County, Florida.
Yeah, so it should haunt you.
Well, ironically, there were no oranges.
Just manatees.
Yeah, exactly. It was the manatee capital of the world. Crystal River was, which is in Citrus County. Context: in like the 1800s, it did have oranges. Many orange groves as far as the eye could see. In fact,
Wow.
What happened to him?
There was a bad winter, and they realized it was not below the frost line, and so they lost everything. They're like, we shall move farther south.
So they were like, "Oh, this place is great for oranges. Let's call it Citrus County."
Yeah.
And then like a couple years later, they were like, "Oh crap,
Destroy all
How
of the oranges.
confident
we
they
can't
were."
change the name
Oh,
now.
no.
People know us."
Yeah. Well, humbling experience.
Mm-hmm.
We are not prophets.
Yeah,
Or at least
it's true.
At least they weren't.
Yeah, the citrusites, the
The
citrusites,
citrus valians.
the citrus valians. I think I prefer apple juice to orange juice.
For me, it's the context. Like apple juice is like a go-to, but like replacing electrolytes is orange juice.
Does orange juice do that?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I know lemonade does.
I thought that was Gatorade.
Okay.
It's exclusive to Gatorade.
Yeah, only electrolytes are in Gatorade.
Yeah, it's Gatorade's magic like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they I'm not gonna make that.
We're on
This
air.
is a
Watch
bad
yourself.
joke. It's not like that. I was just gonna say something really stupid along the lines of because Gatorade, its main ingredient is gator teeth.
Oh yeah, which contain a lot of electrolytes.
Right,
You're on the right track here, TJ.
yeah.
It gives it its chewy.
Yeah, chewy Gatorade,
Right.
my favorite.
Gatorade chews.
I believe that's called Jello.
Yeah. They make
Ooh.
Gatorade chews now.
They do,
They
and they're
do.
good.
Made from alligator teeth.
Yeah, you're right.
Right,
Have you ever
right, right.
actually had alligator?
No.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's so good.
He grew up right by the biggest swamp known to man, the Florida Everglades. So.
Oh.
I mean, it's not like that close. It's not like it was like in my backyard, but it was pretty close.
Like 40 minutes away, it was in people's backyards.
That's
so.
true.
Yeah.
But yeah, gator, it's amazing.
Mhm.
It's like the tail part is really chewy, which isn't as good, but like the actual gator part, it has the texture of fish, but it tastes like chicken.
I've heard
It's
a lot
really
of meat tastes
intriguing.
like chicken. Like frog
Yeah.
is
Well,
also.
I think.
I've had
supposedly.
frog. Frog's gross.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Okay.
But
But
does
not
that
gator.
taste
Not
like
gator.
chicken?
Gator's like a delicacy.
Does,
Ooh.
Not really.
does
It's
frog
good.
taste like chicken?
No, it
Does-
tastes like something unique that's
Okay.
not good.
Does Gatorade taste like chicken?
Not to my knowledge.
No, Gatorade tastes like gator, and gator tastes like chicken. So yes, Gatorade tastes like chicken.
The community property.
Coming to a revelation here.
The only place I had frog was at a sushi buffet. So maybe
Maybe
it
not
wasn't the
the
best
first
Was it
place.
representation.
that sushi buffet?
Of course it was that. What other sushi buffet would I be talking about?
I don't like that. You worship that sushi buffet. You idolize it.
No, I don't. It's just my favorite restaurant.
Yeah, and it doesn't make no.
It
Vito's
makes
is your favorite
sense.
restaurant.
That's
I'm
not
sorry,
true.
Mo. I thought this would happen.
I figured this type of
For
thing
context, you listeners,
would occur.
if you're out there,
Back home in Fort Lauderdale,
yeah.
there's this place it's a magical establishment called Miyako Sushi Buffet. It's located in a strip mall next to a Walmart, and
Ooh.
it's amazing. It's the best place ever
False.
in the world.
Not
You can get all the sushi you want for $11.
with
It's
bad
all you can
service.
eat. There is no service. It's a buffet. You get the
False.
food yourself.
They fervently demand for a tip.
That was
I
only
had no money. I only had a.
we went one time and TJ
Oh.
didn't give enough for tip, so the waitress
Oh.
like pointed at the tip thing and she was like, more.
Oh
That's all she could
no.
say. I don't think she
It
could
was
say
re-
more. I was like,
Oh,
I don't
boy.
have more. Okay, I think I
Oh,
did actually.
I had a thing that I've been thinking about.
What?
Do you guys have any strategies like for what would you do if you met like you're a celebrity? Like the most like looked up to celebrity in your eyes. Like if TJ met like Tyler Joseph. And who's like a celebrity that you love? Like your favorite celebrity, I guess, Mo.
We actually just did this question. I think I chose Jennifer Gardner.
Jennifer
Ah.
Gardner. So like if you met Jennifer Gardner,
Yeah.
you were just like walking like in a mall and
Yeah.
you saw Jennifer Gardner.
Hey, Jen.
I
What
don't
would
know
you
if I-
do?
I don't know if I say anything. Because I
Really?
read a lot of stories about celebrities, and they're like, oh, like, it's really hard to, like, do anything because fans, like, go up to them, like, all the time.
Yeah.
So I think I might, like, out of politeness, just, like, let them be and be like, yeah, so I saw Jennifer Gardner in the mall yesterday. No big deal.
That's probably the right answer. What I would do is like if I saw John Mulaney walking around, I'd just walk up to him and I'd walk by him and I'd just go, "Sup, John?" and then I'd keep walking. So it's like I know you, but I'm not freaking out. Look how
Right,
cool I
right.
am.
That
That's
is-
a suave
smart.
strategy. When I was in Edinburgh, Scotland, this last August, I had my cast of from my show, and we were all together standing, waiting for a bus. And have you guys seen America's Got Talent?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right. Do you know who Tapeface is?
Yes.
Okay,
No.
so he's a magician,
It's like a
a comedian.
Weird
He doesn't
comedian.
speak. He has a piece of tape that covers his mouth.
Oh.
Anyway,
I
so-
think I've seen thumbnails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my cast is standing there, a group of people. We're waiting for this bus, and we're kind of crowding the middle of the walkway. And so this couple starts to walk by, and my director is like, oh, make a hole, make a hole. So we move back, and our show was called Shadow Hour, and at parts in the show we would whisper Shadow Hour, and it would be
Oh.
creepy. Yes.
That's really great.
And yeah, and so my director was like, oh, whisper at this couple as they walk by, whisper Shadow Hour. And we were like, yeah. And so we did. They walked by and we were like, Shadow Hour. And all of us, there were like 13 of us, and we were all doing it. And the couple said something akin to screw off as they were walking
Okay.
past. And one of my friends turns around and he goes, guys, I think that was Tapeface. And we're like, no. And he was like, guys, I'm pretty sure that was Tapeface.
Oh my goodness.
And we're like, was it really? And we look after him and we're like, no, it totally was. And it was Tapeface.
Oh, that's so
without
funny.
the tape.
Without the tape.
Oh,
Yep. Just
wow.
walk
So
because he
you-
was performing at the Festival Fringe this last year. And so,
Were you also-
Oh.
yeah, we were performing too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were you better?
I didn't,
Well, he's a jerk.
Who
That's
got
a-
more
it's a
applause? You or Tapeface?
I didn't go see Tapeface, unfortunately. It was kind of expensive. And
Lame.
What?
that took a lot of time. I know.
I mean,
I know.
I could do that.
Have you seen Tapeface?
No, but I can.
He's funny. He's a good performer.
No, he is.
Yeah.
He
It
is
was
good.
just a very
Okay, fair
interesting encounter. Because we think that he thought that we were like trying to mess with him, but genuinely we had no idea who he was until he passed us.
I don't think you get how creepy you sounded when you like were. Stop.
It did sound creepy.
We're close to Salem, guys, so I'm on
No.
this, and it's getting Halloween. I'm on the spooks.
Did you guys know it's Hocus Pocus? It's their 25th anniversary since the movie came out.
Hocus Pocus?
Mm.
Which movie was that
I
again?
mean, I'm on you. I'm with you, Trace.
It's about the three Sanderson sisters.
Ah, Oh, that movie
One of
that
them's got
came
like
on
bright red hair.
like at Disney.
Yeah.
And I quickly was disturbed. And my mom was like, "Turn that off."
I still don't know.
That's totally okay. It's
There's
funny.
lightning involved.
There's
There's
lightning.
Yeah.
brewing.
Yes.
There's ugly women.
Yes.
It's just true.
Okay.
Those are all
It's
very accurate
objective
statements.
truth.
Now, out of costume, I would not say they were all ugly. One of them, Sarah Jessica Parker.
I did not. I said
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh yeah. See, Mo, you're ringing bells here. But
I know the name, maybe.
You know, that's all right. It's all right. You don't need to know. Is there a Halloween movie that you like to watch?
Oh. My best friend's a vampire.
Ooh.
I don't know that one, Trace.
It is
I
a
don't know that
Disney
one.
Channel original movie.
Ooh.
It was an obscure one, but I loved it.
I love the obscure Disney Channel movies for sure.
Yeah.
And it was about like a kid, and he met this other kid, and the other kid was real mysterious, and he like saved him in the middle of the night or something.
Ooh.
And then it
So it's like it is Twilight.
That's not Twilight.
except it's
She gets saved
it's
in the middle
platonic.
of the-
TJ,
Okay, you got
it's
me there.
platonic.
You got me there, frick.
And then they like became friends, and then like a vampire hunter was after the kid's family and him.
Oh yeah.
And then
And what did he
he
have to become a
could
vampire to save him?
No,
Okay.
he could fly. The vampire kid could fly, and at one point I remember they were on a truck, and there were like cows on the truck, and the
Ooh.
kid like drank the blood of a cow
Wow.
and turned all the cows into vampire cows.
Ah.
I'm
Sounds
pretty sure this is
family
what
friendly.
happened. Yeah, I'm getting a head nod. Yeah,
She knows what's up.
yeah, and the kid turned the cows into vampire cows, and then if I remember correctly, I think they flew as well. I can't remember. They did. They flew around. It was a
great.
fantastic movie, and I love it.
See,
Yeah. TJ, what about you?
Yeah.
Have you got a
Oh,
Halloween
Halloween?
movie?
I mean, I was also a Disney Channel boy. I had two older sisters, mind you.
I was an only child.
Yeah.
I was a Disney Channel boy on my own terms.
That's a little sadder.
Yep.
I'm kidding. Not really. No. Halloween Town.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
classic.
And it got to the point where it was like the 8th Halloween Town or something. If
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the same thing, was there a Halloween Town High or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah.
getting a head nod?
Oh, yeah. You're getting ahead.
And there's a super cool, like these girls who are obviously the very pretty divas were using the nerdy brother who I totally related to, and they were fooling him. They were falling for, the classic, charm is deceiving, beauty is fleeting. He fell for it. Yeah. It taught me a lot of good life lessons, good morals.
Yeah, that
That's a
good
big
old
plus.
Halloween Town High.
Yeah.
Was that? Did she? Am I correct in assuming? Was there also a movie where she went to college, or was that? Yeah, I'm getting another head. You're very well versed in Halloween movies.
Disney ones in particular.
Yes. That's
All knowing.
it's a good thing to be well versed in.
Yeah, I remember the college, and I was like, I saw the college, and it was like this like castle, and it looked like Hogwarts, and I was like, is that what college is like? That's amazing.
My little sister says that Lane, the dining hall, looks like the Great Hall from Hogwarts.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
it totally does.
Yeah.
Well,
She like
it
freaked
does.
out. She's like 12 and loves Harry
That's
Potter.
awesome. Well, I call the lounge areas, I call them common rooms just to bring that Harry
Yeah.
Potter
Oh.
vibe alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
definitely do that as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, and Matt, I know Matt that you're not listening to this. My roommate.
He's playing Rec IM basketball right now.
I know. I'm
Priorities.
so sad that I'm not. I wanted to be their coach. They were gonna have practice last night. I was
Really?
like, hey, can I come and
Coach you.
throw
I-
you some passes and.
This is a good transition because I had a thing that I want to talk about.
Oh.
I was just there watching.
Oh, yeah?
I
Yeah.
wanted to.
They lost.
Oh.
Well, tell me about it.
I couldn't really. There was no like scoreboard, so I didn't really keep track of the score. So I just saw
How did
people
King
making
play?
baskets. King was great.
What?
I not.
Oh.
I mean,
He plays soccer.
he
for
looked
context.
good while playing, but I don't think he played amazingly.
So how did my roommate do?
I don't think anyone played amazingly. It's Rec IM
It's
basketball.
Rec
Who were they
IM, yeah.
playing?
Do you know who Nick Yardy is?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, he was on the other team, and then I don't know anyone else on the other
Oh,
team.
were they good?
They won, so they were better than
That's not how it works.
the other
Chase.
team. Well, at least for that game, they were better.
Okay, we can get into philosophy of sports another time.
Oh, okay, sure.
Oh.
But what that brought to my mind the question: what's the most interesting sport to watch?
Handball.
Ooh. What?
Did you say handball?
I just said handball.
What is
What is
handball?
that?
What is handball? I think handball might be the most underrated sport ever derived from human brain. So I was just watching the Olympics.
Mhm.
When the last Summer Olympics. I like that smirk. Thank you.
Just watching them.
Yeah. Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
Weren't the Summer Olympics like?
Oh, yeah, that's true. 2016.
I was just watching the Summer Olympics 2 years ago.
Yeah. It was when I was moving to Florida and I was transitioning and I didn't know you.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm off track.
Handball.
Handball.
Yeah, handball.
So it's so awesome because basically the only play that can really progress the game is like every other sport's amazing highlight play. So it's like it's water polo above ground. That's all it is.
Huh.
Okay.
So it's got some soccer and a little bit of basketball because you have to kind of dribble the ball. It's weird. So basically, I think it's like 8 dudes, or girls, against 8 other dudes. There's a goalie, right? And there's kind of like the 3-point arc. There's kind of like that around the goal. And so the guys would launch right before the line and jump over the line, and while in the air would be like diving with like 90-degree angle, like head on the ground, and would sidearm it, and it'd be like go past 3 dudes' heads and be like slow motion, and it's just sick. It's awesome.
Dang.
It's amazing.
That sounds cool.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
But no one knows what that is. So among the popular sports.
Ah, yes, because 2 people sitting here didn't know what it is. Therefore, come on, Trace. It's not how sociology works.
That's
For-
not how the
For all our
philosophy of
listeners out there,
sports
if you know
works.
what handball is.
Yeah, call in.
Hey,
Call in.
Call in.
We can
Let us
discuss
know.
handball. But of all the mainstream sports, how's that?
Okay.
Mainstream. What is the most interesting to watch? My vote has always been on basketball because there's something always happening. In football, it's like there's like little breaks in between each play. In baseball, I don't even know what's going on half the time. It's a bunch of people standing and then one guy kind of running occasionally.
That's true.
Soccer
I would
is
agree.
Well,
yeah, I would agree. As we can, I'm not being arrogant, but I will say I'm the
You're the
subject
sports
area
guy?
expert at this table. I'd agree. I was
Mo, are you very well versed in sports?
Decently.
Ha.
I cheered for basketball for a semester,
There you go.
which
Hey,
doesn't mean I've ever played it, but it does
I've-
mean I know a lot about it.
So I shouldn't say this. I've watched more Kentucky basketball than I've been to church. Like, I've played a lot of sports, so I would agree.
Uh-huh. I also find that volleyball is pretty interesting to watch.
Oh, volleyball is interesting to watch.
Who is that?
So, yes, we've had one caller and definitely
A caller through
caller through the
reading
reading, yes,
through text.
through text, and does not seem to know what handball is either.
Boom.
So
Well,
that's three.
disproven.
You've
three
been
now.
destroyed. Your argument dismantled right before your eyes.
It's been good, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
No. Well, that happens. We found objective truth. We've achieved it.
Mm.
Chris proved it.
Chris, what a smart guy.
Mo, do you know what curling is?
Yes,
Do not bring this up, Trace. Do not bring
We've had
There's
extensive
curling.
debates.
Curling is kind of big in Alaska.
That would
Oh,
make a lot of
no.
sense.
And I actually have a friend of a friend who is like really big into curling. Like she like goes hard for curling. Like it's like
Dang.
championships
awesome.
and everything.
Is she a sweeper or a...
Does she play it or watch it?
She plays it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know what she does, but she does something because she posts a lot of photos about it.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
It's also an Olympic sport, so
Yeah. TJ, my friend Dan, and I from high school.
By the way, time out.
Okay.
When I said context like 20 minutes ago, I was going to give context. Me and Trace went to high school together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just clarification.
So all the inside jokes you're hearing don't include me.
Yeah.
just my last
Mo,
bit.
you're on the outside.
Continue, Trace.
Me, TJ, and our friend from high school, Dan, had this large debate. Like, we were yelling at each other. Actually, Dan and TJ were yelling at
Dan
each
got
other.
in my face.
Yeah, it got a little violent over how popular a sport curling is.
I think there were underlying tensions. That were brought up.
There were. But Dan and I were arguing that curling is a popular sport.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd say that a majority of people know what curling is.
Yeah.
And would you agree with that?
To an extent, yeah, because it is an Olympic sport. Like
Yeah.
I think that's helped it gain popularity.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
But I definitely have met people who don't know what it is.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I forget what my argument was.
Me too,
It was
actually.
it was more nuanced than no one knows about curling. But
Yeah, there were many layers to the
we
argument.
shan't
Yeah,
revive that
we'll not go into
conflict.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll fight each other on air.
What
Oh,
about shuffleboard?
Shuffleboard.
Yeah.
I've never watched a professional game of shuffleboard. I've played it at like yacht clubs.
Fort Lauderdale.
Mm.
There's a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of clubs of yachts.
I almost exclusively see it on cruise ships, like photos of
Cruise
cruise ships, and
ships.
like Alvin on the Chipmunks, the cruise ship. one.
Well, me and Trace both grew up. I grew up in a different part of Florida, but Florida has to be the state that has the highest playing rate of shuffleboard.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Well, it's a great retirement.
There's so
The
many
community is
retired
good
people just playing
retirement.
shuffleboard.
Yeah,
around
yeah,
Fort
yeah, yeah,
Lauderdale.
shuffle to the shuffleboard, boy.
The shuffleboard. Oh, it's a great pastime. It's good on my aching bones. And you just
Oh yes.
you push a thing across a thing.
A-
and
a
then-
board?
Yeah, a board. That's what it's called.
I remember, not to like bring up more things you don't remember, Mo, but for our
Not to exclude you more,
But,
but we're gonna exclude you more.
But do you remember on the spiritual retreat when there was that shuffleboard thing? I think it got to the point where we were just lobbing. I was throwing them.
That is
Oh,
the
yeah.
way to play shuffleboard.
That's the only
Yeah.
proper way to play.
Yeah.
Have you seen like the mini version of shuffleboard where it's like just like a table sport?
Yes.
It's a wood board and there's like sand across the
at
top and
Dan's
there's yeah
house? Oh.
and there's little pucks and you slide them across.
I hate that game.
Like air hockey,
kind
No.
of,
but not.
no,
but not. And it's like
it's like shuffleboard.
the actual
Thank
goal
you,
of the
Mike.
game is to like get it as close to the edge as possible without having it fall off. But what you actually should be doing with it is lining up all your pucks in like a triangle formation, and then the other person throws them as hard as you can and tries to knock all the other person's pucks off. That's how you should be playing that game.
That sounds
Oh, really?
very entertaining.
Yeah.
So we've been playing it wrong.
Well, no.
Well, no.
That's not the official rules. Those are the Trace rules.
Oh.
But that's the more fun way to play
Yeah,
it.
I hate that game. Like, I do know what you're talking about. And I've spent so much time. I probably slid it 300 times, and I probably made it hover on the edge twice.
Yeah. It's
evil.
really hard. Can we do sponsors?
Yeah, let's get some sponsors up in here.
Yeah.
All right. Who does anyone want to go first?
I think since we've mentioned them already in this episode, we've got to thank Gatorade.
Ah, yes.
They're longtime standing fans of ours. So, and if you notice, we have Gatorade bottles all around campus. You'll notice so many of the student athletes here have them, and they've got us to thank for that. Scott Radio.
And,
Yeah, we provide them all.
We do.
Personally
through
pass
Gatorade.
them out every practice.
Yep.
and Gatorade, we want you guys to know that we're doing everything we can on our end to make sure Powerade is replaced by your holy juice in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And if you would like, we will give discounts on anyone who would like some Gatorade
Choose.
chews.
Mhm.
Yeah, choose.
Just call TJ Satterly.
Yep.
Yes.
I repeat, only TJ Satterly. Just call
At
him.
1-800-GATOR-TJ.
That's it. That's the number.
That's the number
Yeah, yeah.
right there.
All right. I got a sponsor.
All right.
I'd like to thank Red Velvet Cake for being the only food that makes me want to eat a fabric. So, Red Velvet. So, thank you, Red Velvet Cake. It's also
That's a good shout
delicious.
out. Yeah. Where can we get some of this?
I would like to eat like a nice velvet
Right?
cape. Like it
Cape.
does make me want to eat fabric.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Right.
Agreed.
See, it's not a.
Abnormal.
Yeah, it's not abnormal.
Trace,
I'm normal, I swear.
Where can we get some of this red
Oh,
velvet cake or capes?
Just email redvelvet@redvelvet.org and ask for 10% off, and they will personally mail you a coupon in the mail
Brilliant.
in which you take it to your nearest post office, and then the post office receptionist will serve you red velvet cake on the spot.
Wonderful. That sounds like a deal.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's good cake.
You know, my sponsor for today, Shure microphones, which are the legitimate brand of our microphones. They are a surefire way to get your voice on the airwaves.
Mm-hmm.
I sure will say Shure is a great brand, for sure. How long can this go?
Do you hear the silky smooth sound of our voices? That's in part due to Shure microphones.
Yes, it
Thank
is.
you.
Sure is.
Just contact them by yelling into the air, surely as loud as you can, and they will send you
A carrier pigeon will drop a Shure microphone right
Trace's
on your
go-to
position.
of any communication medium. Carrier
Is a
pigeon.
carrier
Because it's the
pigeon.
funniest way to communicate ever. People trained pigeons to fly places and deliver things. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I love that you appreciate the small things of history.
Yeah,
But okay,
also,
what if like Spider-Man delivered your mail?
Hey,
that'd be kinda
do
sick.
pigeons exist? Just yes or no.
You just completely disregard the most statement there.
No,
Do
no.
pigeons exist?
Yeah. Does Spider-Man?
No.
All right. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, your argument got dismantled. We're dismantling a
before
whole
my
bunch of
eyes.
arguments.
I'm just giving a
Ooh.
workshop on how to find objective truth. Remove falsehood is the first step.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
Pigeons are robots trained by the government to spy on us.
Mm.
And I'll tell you why. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are they?
You gotta be laughing. This is good stuff. Good stuff. I don't know.
No. Have you ever seen a pigeon nest?
Yes.
Disregard that second point then. But
Trace,
have you
you've
ever seen
told
a
this to me
baby
before.
pigeon? Exactly. It's Liam Zielman's theory. But
What a guy.
pigeons are used by the government to spy on us. They're trained in labs, and that's why you never see babies, because when they're babies, they're being trained.
Huh.
This is it. That's the theory.
Oh, crap. They've made it in. They've made it in.
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
They're in the vents.
They're in the vents. No, I'm kidding, guys. They're not. It's me.
FBI, open up.
That's what I do to that's my roommate does to me. When I haven't seen him all day,
Oh, actually?
I just I'll be doing homework and all of a sudden
You'll make pigeon noises at him?
no. Although sometimes I should. I did that on Levita.
That was a good pigeon
It was
noise.
a good pigeon
Thank you.
noise.
Thank you. Levita people said the same thing. And I was surprised. I didn't know it was good.
No, you do.
No, I highly respect that pigeon
Yeah.
noise.
Thank you.
My family, when we are like in a store together and we are separated, how we find each other again is we yell "caca,"
Oh, that's so funny.
and it generally works. So like if I were like on one side of the store, I'd be like "caca," and generally my mom would go "caca," and
Oh,
I'd like
that's
we just like
awesome.
keep telling
Hilarious.
saying it till we get back together. However, right after I left to come here for college, my mom was telling me this story. They were in like a Target, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, my dad was yelling like "caca," and he got a "caca" back, and he found the person, and it was not my mother. And someone else had thought it was funny, and so had started doing it back.
That's
It was bound to
cool.
happen at some
It
point.
Yeah,
totally
faulty
was.
plan.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So you guys have been on the show before as well, right?
Yeah.
I found that whenever I'm preparing to go on radio, I have the weirdest thoughts that shouldn't apply.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I should get a breath mint so the viewers don't see my breath. And I'm like, wait, hold on a second. I'm like, oh, I should shave before I go on the radio show. And I'm like, wait, hold on.
I noticed
People
that you
can't see me.
I noticed that your breath smelled good and you look quite sharp today.
Really?
Mm.
Is that so?
Yeah.
That's good. That's always good. Because bad breath is like a fear of mine.
Oh, I was just trying to riff off of your thing. I didn't actually notice
you
that.
didn't actually
Ooh.
notice that.
Not that I noticed your breath is
All
fresh.
right.
Okay, that's fine. It's cool. We'll riff off it now. It's great.
Trace is
No, I was thinking that too, though. Like, I was in the bathroom and I was like, oh, I gotta, like, is this, like, a good shirt to be wearing for the radio show? And I was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't
That's
actually
true.
matter. My roommate and I, shameless plug, my roommate and I have a radio show, and we told his parents, and his dad went, "Oh, you guys do have faces for radio."
Dang.
He roasted and toasted
My
us hard.
my roommate said the same thing to me.
Actually,
Oh.
it's probably it's probably a common joke.
Oh, you didn't. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. That's such a jerky thing to say, but it totally is. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that playful hand slap there. Bro.
Thanks. Hey, if you ever hear an awkward like bout of silence, it's usually me touching Trace. No, it's usually me giving him an affirmative hand slap.
TJ.
I'm just here to make.
You're
People-
setting the mood here, bud.
Oh, boy.
I'm just here to make the DJ laugh. That's what I'm here for. And she's
All
at my
right.
back.
You are succeeding.
I know. She's at my back, so I just sometimes look for laughter.
Yeah, I look in the tech booth to see if the jokes are landing.
Yeah.
Usually.
For clarification, that's generally not what's going on in awkward pauses.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh, you're talking to the viewers?
I am
You just
definitely
made
talking to the
distinct eye
viewers.
contact with me. That was confusing.
I apologize.
No,
It's okay.
TJ has given me some distinct hand slaps this show. But
3 or 4.
yeah, 3 or 4 maybe.
Right.
If you guys want to hear the backstory for that, no, I'm kidding.
TJ, what's your favorite animal?
cheetah?
Actually,
Ooh.
And I'm not just saying that because of the song.
Mhm.
When I was a kid, it was cheetah
Really? Why?
because I liked the lion, but the cheetah was cooler and more unique and faster.
Faster.
I think. I like speed.
think
Is that what differentiates it for you? It's just faster.
Speed.
Do you like the pattern
The need
of
for
the cheetah,
speed.
like the spots? I'm really digging into this. I
I
want to know
like-
your reasoning.
The speed.
The speed.
The speed
Okay.
doesn't go beyond that. And I like the dots.
You like the dots.
I
Okay.
like the dots.
I can accept that. Mo, what's your favorite animal?
I have like 5.
We're
Which
going to narrow that down right now. List them all.
Okay, all right. Not necessarily in this order. Flamingo,
Okay.
lion,
Okay.
Mm.
moose,
Okay.
otter,
Okay.
Oh.
both river and like ocean
Mm.
because they're different.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they though?
Yes.
Pick one.
River otter.
River
River
I
otters
love
are cuter.
I didn't know there were sea otters. I love
Yeah.
river otters.
River otters are adorable. And then flamingos. Did I say that already?
You said
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Turtles.
Ooh, they're
okay.
actually like
No.
we learned about sea turtles in our marine bio class.
Did we though?
It was the worst class ever. We had coloring books senior year.
Senior year of high school, we had coloring books.
It was
Oh,
bad.
that's
It was
special.
But
real
anyways, yeah. So
bad.
turtles start off like really like they're downtrodden. The man's beating down on them. It's a real hard thing to get to the sea.
Uh-huh.
But then they grow up and get vicious and like
Vicious? What do you mean?
yeah, they slowly consume jellyfish and also crack the skulls of crabs with their mouths. Sea turtles.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They have to eat.
I know. They're not that, I'm just retorting that that's one of her 5 favorite. I'm like, they're kind
No,
of
I'm
mean.
vying for turtle to stay up there for now. What I'm not vying for is lion. Why
Okay.
lion?
Oh, what?
It's generic, TJ.
Lion can go away.
You,
Why
Lion's just
lion
up
though?
there. Because at a summer program, one of my friends was like, "You have like the energy of a lioness," and I was like, "That's
Oh, I
deep."
can see that.
I know. Like I was like,
Huh,
"That's pretty
okay.
cool."
And
But lion can go. It was just because of that. So
But that's better reasoning than
no.
the generic lion.
You're just suffering
True.
from the nonconformist bias, Trace.
Is this something you learned in liberal arts class?
Yes.
Okay.
Dang it.
I like flamingo.
flamingo.
If you had to be an animal, Trace, I know I've never told you this. Flamingo. I just decided.
Really? Do you see the sweater I'm wearing right now?
And I took that into account, and I think your
Viewers-
personality is pink. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Viewers, to clarify, Trace is wearing a gray and black shirt, which
I
is the
only
opposite
wear
of colors.
the opposite of colors. I only wear dark sweaters for whatever reason. I don't know why. I've only bought dark sweaters.
Yeah. No, I know, because when I first met him,
He struck you as a flamingo?
no, he didn't. His outward appearance would give off the vibes of emo. He's not emo. Like, he's not like there's some. I saw an emo dude on campus who was wearing like a trench coat. Not like that. But he wears dark clothes and has black hair, and it's swoopy, right? Not too swoopy.
I do apply eyeshadow every morning.
It's not overly swoopy, guys. But his personality is nothing like that. So it's very flamingo-y. Easygoing, you know.
I like this question better now. What animal would TJ be?
I don't know.
You know what I got right away?
What?
I'm interested.
Like a billy goat.
Ooh, no, I can get that.
Yeah,
he's got
a little scruffy. He's a little scruffy, and he's like he makes noises. Exactly.
Wow.
Boom, billy goat
Spot
right there.
on.
Like you can climb rocks well, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah. And
That's neat.
and want me to go further to support this?
Yes,
By
I
all
would love-
means.
I would love to.
I have two tangible points.
Okay.
Or two substantial points.
Mhm.
So one,
That's a
I
big one.
recently was at a petting zoo. Not a petting zoo. It was like a farm, but you pet them. And of all the animals, I related the most to the goat, especially the goat.
Yes.
There was goat. The goats as a group would all go. Bah! Or that's sheep. Bah! Is more the goat. But there was one goat who just was loud and was like everyone else was silent, and he just looked at them like and go. Bah! Like
Yeah,
look at me.
Exactly.
So
Okay, I see it. It's the picture's becoming clearer now.
Yeah.
A TJ goat. You said you had 2 points.
Oh.
Yes, what's your second one?
My dad often says that I look like a billy goat
Oh,
because my scruff.
nice going,
Yeah.
Trace.
See, I got the nail on the head. TJ, you're a billy goat. I'm a flamingo. What animal is Mo?
Lioness.
Yeah, Lioness.
Lioness.
Okay,
Okay,
I
that was
definitely
easy.
see that.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah,
you
I see it
support
too.
that?
No, I see it. I
Okay.
see it. The
Okay.
energy, I get it.
Cool.
Okay, so
Awesome.
that was
Yeah.
easier than I thought.
Great segment.
Flamingo,
Yeah.
billy goat, lioness.
Lioness.
Let's all make our noises. You go first, Trace.
I thought we were going all at once.
What noise do flamingos make?
That's for it. That's for him to decide.
Okay.
Actually, do you want to talk it out?
No, I'll just make the noise.
Okay.
I eat shrimp. that's what flamingos say, right?
I will go with that. Yeah.
All right, yeah. TJ, make your billy goat noise. Perfect.
Lovely.
Mo.
Lionesses don't make a lot of noise. I mean, they roar.
They roar.
I know, but like, but they're pretty chill animals.
They are pretty chill.
Mufasa.
That is not a lioness.
Yeah.
You're really good at animal noises.
Thanks.
Why are you so good at animal noises?
I
Can
think
you have a radio show where you just do
Just
animal
animal
noises
noises.
for 1 hour?
Sure. It's one of my pipe dreams to do like sound effects.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
you know
that'd be great.
some of my.
Yeah,
noises.
I know you do many noises.
I guess I haven't shown off my animals to you.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Do a horse.
Oh, I do have a good horse, but it's hard to do because I'm smiling.
Right.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Oh my
Thank you.
gosh.
Thank you.
Are you
I've never been more impressed.
birds?
Oh, like I can do the the.
Oh yes,
And
yes,
then I
yes.
can
yes,
do
the
like-
pigeon.
Oh, they're back.
No, sorry. They're just okay. It's not
Yeah.
my best.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
you.
Yeah.
That's a commendable. Those are commendable animals.
It reaches like bronze. And my lips are chapped,
Bronze.
so
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, like the bronze standard. Are you searching
Like
for more?
if we're doing like Olympic medal,
Mhm.
that would get a bronze. Okay, I get what you're saying here.
Yeah. The lion, I'd go.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good lion noise.
That also doubled as my orc impression or orca impression when I was a kid.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Yeah, do it. Apply for internships where
Yeah,
you just
yeah, I
make
know.
noises.
That's
like a
what
sound
voiceovers
effect
would be
voice.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I need a chance. We should send this tape out.
Pete Holmes, if you're listening.
Well,
Give
my
TJ
stool
a
is
chance.
a little bit broken.
It
It's a little
happens.
wobbly.
Yeah,
Stools are problematic.
this is true.
Mm.
What's your favorite holiday?
Oh. What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be even more favorited now that I'm in the north and it's not
Oh,
hot
yeah.
all the time.
Oh yeah.
So I can actually live out the Christmas movie.
I cannot wait to push you in snow for the first time.
You've
Yeah.
never seen snow? No, that
No,
was
no,
right.
no.
You've seen snow like 3 times,
Yeah.
right?
3 times I have seen
Oh,
snow.
that's insane.
And I'm going to freeze. But it's going to be really whimsical and fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be like
it
a
is.
winter
I
wonderland.
love
We're gonna
winter.
make sure that you have a good time in the snow.
Oh yeah, I've never been sledding,
What?
which
I don't
is
think
like
I've been sledding like once.
What? Sledding is my favorite.
yeah, it looks very fun.
It's so fun. We'll find a hill and we'll get some sleds and we'll go sledding.
Awesome.
I don't think I've ever had a snowball fight either.
No.
Dude.
I built a
What?
snowman. when
I haven't
was
had a
here in
good one.
February, but
Snowball fights. Okay, snowball fights aren't can't happen as often because you have to have good snow for it. It's like
right.
it has to have just snowed or like be snowing, and if the snow is too dry, like if it's powder, that's great for skiing or snowboarding, but it's horrible for like snowball fights because the snow doesn't stick together. So you need like it has to be like a little bit warmer, so or like a little bit more humid, so you get the snow like it's wet, so that
Icky.
it'll stick together. Yeah,
There's an art to it.
there's
Okay.
so an art. Dude, I
Okay.
grew up in Alaska.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Resident expert.
Hey,
If I
Jason,
do say
if
so
you had to
myself.
guess if I was good or bad at making snowballs, what would you guess?
I'd guess you're good at it.
Oh no, I'm terrible.
Really?
Fine motor skills, man. Do you even know me, man?
Well, do you wear gloves or mittens when you make snowballs?
Frick. I don't know. I lived in Florida for 11 years, so I had a very short window.
Okay.
Of snow.
Because if you wear mittens, it's easier. Because if you
Oh,
wear
really?
gloves, then because if you wear gloves, then you have all
Yeah,
of like
that's
between
true.
your fingers for snow to get. If you wear gloves, then you've got that nice rounded area to make a snowball.
What do you mean mittens?
Yes.
You know what's a thing?
What's the thing?
On gloves, there's a little like on the thumb. I didn't know this. On the thumb, it's like a different colored fabric, and you can actually use it on your phone.
Are you?
Yes.
They're on
yes.
some gloves.
Yeah, some
yeah,
gloves.
some gloves.
Oh.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like, oh, if you're wearing gloves, you just can't use your phone. You have to take your glove off.
They've helped that. They fixed that problem.
Yes,
Yeah,
technology.
that's a tiny thing that just blew my mind.
Yeah,
like 2
it's pretty
days ago.
recent. That's not a.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be
Mhm.
recent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Back in my day.
Back in my day.
Was that English?
See,
No, it
Sam.
was English. It was just really
Yeah.
gargly.
Yeah.
What's your favorite holiday, TJ?
Oh yeah.
Christmas.
Is it Christmas?
Yeah. It hasn't. Christmas has lost its
Splendor.
splendor. Thank you, Trace. In recent years, I don't know why. I don't know. Just, but really,
What do you mean for you personally,
For
or
me.
okay?
oh, and capitalism just kind of ruins it too.
Mm.
Really Christmas for me beyond Jesus, the secular Christmas we all think of. It's just
Mhm.
to me it comes down to quality of the cookie.
Ooh.
When my mom makes Spritz
Oh.
cookies, frick, like it's just good, man.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that. I get that. Mo, what's your favorite holiday?
I have kind of an unusual one. I really like New Year's
New Year's.
and New Year's Eve.
Why?
Because I've had some really good New Year's Eves.
Huh.
Like, in Alaska, Christmas is usually colder than New Year's Eve.
Any special,
No.
ah,
No,
wee
no,
wee,
no, no,
oh.
no. No, no, it's a really good time to like hang out with like my family and
Dudes.
friends. Which like I know Christmas is usually for that, but like
Uh-huh.
up at my grandparents and parents have a cabin together for our family, and
Mhm.
there's some kids that are my age up there, and like I invite my friends up for the New Year's, and it's been a long-standing tradition in my family that we do this gigantic fireworks
Oh,
show.
that's awesome.
Oh.
And we take it out onto the water because it's frozen, and
Ah.
we just set off like hundreds
Oh,
of fireworks.
so Russia
Dang.
can see it.
It's so,
So Russia can see-
yeah, essentially. No,
That's
it's just it's so
awesome.
and we have like the entire like area of like the surrounding cabins. They all come over to our cabin to like watch the
Oh,
fireworks,
that's cool.
and it's been
Aw.
like that since like I can remember.
That's
so
so
Dang.
cool.
yeah,
That is cool.
yeah. And one year, you guys have heard about the Aurora Borealis and the Northern Lights.
Yes.
So one year, fireworks were over, and me and a couple of my friends were like hanging out, and we saw the Aurora Borealis. And we're like, "That's so cool!" And we chased them. And so we like got in the car, and then we like drove with them for a while, and then we like walked out onto this marsh that was frozen, and we just like sat in a tree and watched the Aurora Borealis for like an hour.
Define
Them.
chasing the aurora
I know.
borealis.
She used them. I'm like, are these sprites that you're chasing? Like,
No, so they're it's a phenomena that happens in the winter. Well, it actually happens, I think, all year round. Don't quote me on that. I could definitely be wrong. But
My view
it's
of Alaska is just like aurora borealis.
Yeah.
All the time in your head.
but the sky has to be super clear, but they move throughout like the sky. So it's like kind of like a giant, I don't know, like snake in
It's
the
like a
sky.
wavy
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
I
it's like
got
it's totally
that.
a wave. Yeah. And so like they move in the sky, but then they like move like almost like clouds do. Like you know how like clouds
Oh.
will
I thought
move
it
across the
just
sky.
light.
Yeah, I thought it was just stationary.
No, I
in
mean
one
sometimes it
place.
is, but it'll also just like move.
Is it like
Dang.
gas?
I don't know.
It's something.
It's something,
Up
but it's not
there.
like I was asking my friend about lightning because you know we just had a kind of a thunder and lightning storm
Mm.
Oh,
last
yeah.
night,
Very
2 nights
scary,
ago.
Mom.
And I was like,
Sorry.
how does the lightning, like, is it moving? Because in my head, I was thinking about it like the aurora borealis. So, like, it moves from, like, one place to the next. And I had to look it up to realize that that is not, in fact, what happens. It's clouds or making contact or clouds with the ground to make contact to make a lightning strike. So it can happen, like, anywhere.
Well,
Which-
clouds aren't making contact.
No, but like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
lightning is not
Wait, so you
one
thought-
body that
So
moves
your only
around.
context as an Alaskan for understanding lightning was the
I mean-
borealis?
Wait,
I mean, like, I think if I had paid better attention in science class, I probably would have figured
Hol-
that out really
hold
quick.
on. So your view of lightning was it was just like this big thing in the sky, and it was just like, yes, that tree, and it struck it, and then it would come back, instead of just like it would just form and strike and then disappear.
Yeah, no, it was like a body of like lightning that traveled.
What?
That would be so much cooler than what. Well,
What the heck?
Like a tornado, you know, like how a tornado like forms because of hot and cold air and then it moves.
Yeah, but that's not lightning.
Well, that's what I thought lightning was like.
I guess it forms and then it leaves in split seconds. You just thought
Yeah.
it formed and then just stayed for a while
and then
Yeah.
and struck random
up and
things.
left
Yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah,
carpetbagger.
yeah.
Like a carpetbagger. Oh, that's so funny.
I just
Yeah.
find it so cool that your understanding of lightning was kind of determined by like.
Or the
Borealis.
aurora
Yeah,
borealis.
Yeah.
it's so cool.
Which I don't speak for all of Alaska. I just speak
No,
from
I know,
my
I know, I know.
experience.
That's just so cool. It could not have happened to me.
You
Yeah.
heard it here. All of Alaska doesn't know how lightning works.
Oh
Yes.
man.
They're all savages.
There was when it was raining.
Apologies
on
to all
Tuesday.
Alaskans that are listening
Yeah,
to
apologize to
To those who don't understand
Alaskans.
sarcasm, and I know a lot of you in Alaska probably don't.
this. Sorry, Trace, what were you saying?
Lightning and sarcasm, two things that Alaskans don't understand. It was on Tuesday when the thunderstorm was happening.
Mhm.
Whenever thunder would go off, there was a car parked right outside our window, and the car alarm would go off.
Oh,
Whenever like thunder would happen, and it was really annoying.
I bet.
It was awful.
Was it a nice car?
No.
Oh.
So it was not fun at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's not fun.
TJ, what's your favorite food?
Ooh,
Man, you with the questions.
all the favorites tonight.
Yeah, I like knowing people's favorite things.
Yeah.
Hey, Trace,
Yeah.
you've known me for a while.
Uh-huh.
We're really close friends. What do you think my favorite food is?
An Applebee's grilled cheese with chocolate milk and french fries.
Ooh, is
You
it?
took the words out of my mouth.
I got it.
No.
No, honestly, I couldn't think of what my favorite food is. And I'm like, Trace is correct. That is
Sick. Mo, what's your favorite food?
Waffles.
Actually, waffles.
Mhm.
I enjoyed some good old waffles.
Yeah, waffles are. I mean, I've eaten waffles more than I've eaten Applebee's grilled cheese for sure. Like
Mm.
Eggo
Yeah.
waffles, chocolate chip. in
I'm
the
not a
morning.
huge fan of Eggo waffles.
Not either.
Yeah, no.
But I ate it.
It's
I make
low.
waffles and they're
Still ate it.
delicious. Popcorn's a close second though,
Popcorn.
Mm.
Oh, that's interesting.
but like not like
Like
From-
good popcorn.
get
yeah,
that.
yes, like good popcorn. What about you, Trace? Favorite food?
Sushi.
All
I love
sushi or like
sushi.
specific?
All sushi. any raw fish I will eat.
That's good to know.
What's your favorite food at Gordon?
You know, it's the chicken tenders here are
Mm.
pretty freaking good.
They're good.
I enjoyed the chicken tenders
They're good.
thoroughly. I'm going with chicken tenders. Well, what about you?
That extra tender, extra juicy chicken. that's actually tofu. That I didn't know was tofu.
For the first 2 weeks of school, TJ would get tofu, and he thought it was chicken. And he would slice it, and he'd be like, "This chicken's so tender. I've never had chicken this tender in my life." And he'd eat it. And then he one day he found out, he was like, "It's actually tofu."
And I didn't know what tofu was. I thought it was just like a pile of slop that vegans ate. That's what I assumed. It was like dog food, but it's just many cubes of just
gray, tasteless stuff that's hurled on a plate.
Yeah.
Delicious.
You see, Gordon's breaking down your cultural walls. You're experiencing new things.
Expanding my horizons.
Expanding your food horizons.
Yeah.
One tofu piece at a time.
Mo, do you like movie popcorn? Because I know some people are way for movie popcorn, and some people
I
are
don't have
not.
anything against it. I like making popcorn better. Like from an air popper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Trace, what do you think about movie popcorn?
I like movie popcorn, but I feel like sometimes the butter on top can make it taste weird, and it's all weird and soggy. I'm not a fan of the soggy popcorn that's saturated in butter. The sog.
I think you.
Ooh, that's a terrible name.
I know.
The sog.
Sog, dude. Soggy, dude.
What's your opinion on movie theater popcorn, TJ?
I really didn't like popcorn growing up. I don't know why. I really didn't. I've gotten to just eating it just for the it's just butter. I look forward
And corn.
and salt. I look forward to the day. This might be being a little bit too vulnerable on air. I look forward to the day when that special someone's hand meets mine in the popcorn vein. I care more about the hands.
Yeah, the popcorn is for the romantic aspect, not for the actual food.
100%.
No one eats popcorn for food.
No. That's true. Oh.
Where are your guys' favorite places that you've had apple juice? Bringing it back around to our first comment.
So to answer this, is there a distinction between apple cider and apple juice?
Yes.
You can.
What's
let's
the
expand
difference?
I think apple cider is generally hot, and I think it has cinnamon in it. Spices in general.
Well, I've had cold apple cider.
I still think it has spices in it.
Yeah, spices. It's cider, and the difference is it's cider, not juice.
Not juice, yeah.
Juice is just straight from the apple. Cider's it's doctored a little bit.
I don't think I have any experiences tied to apple juice, but I do have experiences tied to apple cider.
Okay.
So I can answer the cider question.
Okay. It'll be allowed for the moment.
I went apple picking here, and we all drank apple cider right outside the farm, and it was the best thing ever.
Nice.
Because it tasted great, and there were sheep nearby, and we were like, "Oh, look at the sheep!" And sipped the apple
Russell
juice.
Orchards?
Yes.
It's a popular one.
It was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my most memorable apple
themed
liquid experience.
TJ, what about you?
I have a distinct memory of when my parents abandoned me for their 20th anniversary or whatever, and they went to Europe. And I was stranded at my cousin's house, and they had Mott's apple juice. This is kind of what made me think of it.
Yeah.
Mott's apple juice, the Mo, double T, Trace and TJ. And I just remember I don't like Mott's. There's much better. There's much better brands than Mott's, and that's my distinct memory of apple juice.
So it's not a good one?
No.
That's a bummer.
That's
yes.
That's a bummer, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just hungry because they didn't have any food I liked.
Way to put the show on a low note.
Yeah, I know.
That's okay. My memory with apple juice is with my when my grandma would always give us. She'd always have cartons of apple juice and give them to us to drink with while we watched movies.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, right. Super sweet.
It was an empty affirmation.
Well, that's all the time we got for today. No, I liked Mo's happy story to cover TJ's sad story.
I know.
Yeah,
At night I lose my self-control.
On that note, I think we gotta end the episode.
do.
That's true.
Because it's about that time.
It's about that time.
Do we want to keep up the sweaty tradition with an
I think we
ASMR
should.
corner?
Yeah.
We should.
All
For
right,
sure.
so everyone find your
I
objects.
didn't. All right.
Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that.
I'm gonna get up.
And this. And okay.
Oh.
All right, we're back. We found the objects.
Oh.
Everyone initiate Asmer. This is great ASMR. Do you feel soothed? Drift off to sleep with the sound of our calming noises. Good night, Gordon. And that's all the time we have.
That is it. This has been Madmen on Air
Yeah,
with Scott
I'm
Radio.
Trace Reynolds.
I'm Mo Stratton.
And I'm TJ Satterly.
Thanks for listening
Thank
to
you.
us talk for an hour.
Yeah.
Woo.
Woo. Bye. Bye.